tonight.
Drew McIntyre, Samoan drop by Reigns right out of the box, caught the inside leg, kick out by McIntyre. I mean, think about the...
Drew McIntyre vows revenge on Roman Reigns. The Scottish Warrior's final war begins. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Drew McIntyre holding a sword, Roman Reigns with the Undisputed Championship, fans chanting. 4 years, the WWE Universe has watched a war simmer just below the surface. Betrayal, heartbreak, glory denied. Now, the Scottish Warrior has spoken, and has promised nothing short of retribution. This is the story of Drew McIntyre's vow to destroy Roman Reigns, once and for all. The root of the rivalry. Let's rewind. Back to the Thunderdome era. Back to a WWE world defined by silence, lead boards, and uncertainty. When Roman Reigns returned in August 2020 at SummerSlam, flanked by Paul Heyman and soon declaring himself the tribal chief, the landscape of WWE was forever altered. And waiting on the other side of that storm was Drew McIntyre. Drew had just won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 36, defeating Brock Lesnar in front of an empty stadium. It should have been his crowning moment, his destiny fulfilled. But no fans. No Raw. No celebration. Just silence. Still, Drew soldiered on. Champion. Warrior. Leader of Raw. Then came Survivor Series 2020. The match was billed as champion versus champion. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Tribal chief versus Scottish psychopath. But when the dust settled, Roman stood tall. Thanks to interference from Jey Uso, Roman choked out Drew and added another name to his list of conquests. Drew never forgot that. The cost of pride. Fast forward to Clash at the Castle, September 2022. Drew McIntyre, in front of 62,000 roaring fans in Cardiff, Wales. His home continent, his people, his moment. And his opponent? Roman Reigns. For many, this was supposed to be the night. The end of Roman's historic reign. The beginning of Drew's redemption. But WWE had other plans. With the match in its final stages and Drew finally having Roman where he wanted him, the unthinkable happened. A new figure emerged, Solo Sikoa, the youngest member of the bloodline. And just like that, McIntyre's dreams were shattered again. Roman retained. The crowd deflated. And Drew? Broken. That loss wasn't just physical. It was spiritual, emotional, psychological. Drew had climbed the mountain, and Roman had kicked him back down. A warrior lost. In the months that followed, Drew McIntyre slowly began to unravel. He teamed with Sheamus. He warred against the Usos. He tried to keep fighting the good fight. But something had changed. Something deep within. The sword he carried, Angela, felt heavier. The cheers from the fans didn't sound the same. And most importantly, the fire in his eyes had dimmed. Drew McIntyre wasn't just fighting for championships anymore. He was fighting to matter. The bloodline grew stronger. Roman's dominance increased. And Drew? He faded further into the background. He was no longer the guy. No longer the hero. He became forgotten. But a warrior never stays down for long. The reawakening. Then came the turning point. At WrestleMania 40, the entire WWE Universe held its breath as Cody Rhodes finally finished the story and dethroned Roman Reigns. After nearly 4 years of tyranny, Roman was no longer champion. The bloodline was in disarray. Solo Sikoa had taken control. Paul Heyman was missing. Roman vanished. And that's when Drew McIntyre returned, with purpose. On the Raw after WrestleMania, Drew walked to the ring with a look WWE hadn't seen in years. Cold. Focused. Deadly. He picked up a mic and said just 4 words. I'm not finished yet. Rebuilding the fire. Since that night, Drew has been on a rampage. He's destroyed everyone in his path. Heels, babyfaces, allies, enemies. The lines blurred. He doesn't smile anymore. He doesn't play to the crowd. This version of Drew McIntyre doesn't care about popularity. He cares about vengeance. In an emotional promo on Raw, Drew finally told the world what he really felt. Roman Reigns stole everything from me. Not just a title. Not just a moment. He stole my legacy. He embarrassed me at Survivor Series. He robbed me at Clash at the Castle. He let Solo make me look like a fool in front of my family. I've bled for this company. And now, I'm going to make Roman bleed for what he did to me. The WWE Universe was stunned. Was Drew turning heel? Was this rage justified? Or was this simply the evolution of a warrior who had been ignored for too long? Either way, a message was clear. Roman Reigns had a target on his back. Seek and destroy. And now, Drew is hunting. In backstage segments, he's made it clear he wants Roman Reigns back. Not to talk. Not to wrestle. To hurt. He's appeared on SmackDown unannounced. He's interrupted Bloodline segments. He's gone face-to-face with Solo Sikoa, warning him, "You're not your cousin. You're a placeholder. When Roman returns, tell him Drew McIntyre is waiting." He even confronted Paul Heyman in the parking lot, slamming him into a car and snarling, "You tell your tribal chief that his sins are coming back to haunt him." But the question remains, where is Roman Reigns? Rumors swirl. Injury? Suspension? Family drama? Some say Roman's hiding. Others say he's waiting, calculating. But Drew doesn't care. He said on Raw, "Roman can hide. He can play king in the shadows. But kings fall. And I am the executioner." The final battle approaches. With SummerSlam on the horizon, fans speculate that this could finally be it. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. No titles. No bloodline. Just revenge. And the stipulations? Steel cage? Last man standing? Hell in a cell? No. Drew McIntyre wants something more. He wants a warriors match. A stipulation he created. No count-outs. No DQ. No outside interference. Just two men in a ring until one can no longer stand. In a recent interview, Drew said, "If Roman's the tribal chief, then I'm the Highland King. And kings don't run. They stand. They fight. And when that bell rings, there's no bloodline. No Solo. No Paul Heyman. Just me. And the coward who ran from me for 2 years." Fans have started to rally. #Justice for Drew trends weekly. His matches are brutal. Violent. Honest. He's even refused to wrestle unless Roman answers the challenge. And backstage reports say Triple H is ready to make the match official. All that remains is Roman's response. What's at stake? This isn't about titles anymore. This is about redemption. Legacy. Closure. Drew McIntyre is fighting for every fan who ever watched him carry WWE on his back during the pandemic and get nothing in return. He's fighting for the moment that was stolen from him in Cardiff. He's fighting to make Roman Reigns feel what is felt. And for Roman? This might be the last war. The tribal chief's empire has crumbled. His family's divided. Solo Sikoa has taken control. The Usos are gone. Heyman is scared. And now, a warrior from the north is coming for his head. If Roman loses, what remains? If Drew wins, what comes next? Will the pain fade? Or has vengeance consumed him forever? The promise. On the final Raw before SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre stood alone in the ring. No pyro. No entrance music. Just a spotlight. He held the mic, looked into the camera, and said, "This is not a story of redemption. This is a If you enjoyed this deep dive into the coming war between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Who will walk out of SummerSlam alive? Sound off below, and we'll see you next time.